Now this is Axios. ICE enacts new policy on congressional visits to facilities. Oh boy. They're doing this because congressmen keep trying to break in, cause havoc and chaos, all for showboating, trying to get sympathy from their voters. And they're causing problems for ICE at detention centers. So let's see what we got here. The Trump administration has issued guidance limiting congressional access to immigration and customs enforcement facilities after several lawmakers were barred from entry while attempting to conduct routine oversight visits. The big picture. Axios likes to make sure you understand the big picture. Democrats in the Trump administration have clashed over access to detention facilities for weeks, prompting some lawmakers to question what the administration doesn't want them to discover. Maybe the administration wants them to butt the out so that they can continue to do their job. And they know that these people are coming in there for one purpose, and that is to make their life miserable and harder. Okay, so encounters at detention facilities between lawmakers and federal agents have resulted in skirmishes, including an incident in Newark, New Jersey, that led to Representative LaMonica McIver. And we talked about this on one of my YouTube channels a while back, who has now been indicted for interfering with federal law enforcement. During a visit to a Los Angeles facility, Representative Jimmy Gomez and Norma Torres claimed ICE officials released some type of irritant into the air to push them back, probably because they were being a bunch of a-holes. Now, driving the news. They want to make sure their audience knows what is driving the news, of course. The new policy requires members of Congress to request visits to the facilities with 72 business hours notice. Hell yes. These people are just trying to cause chaos. They're trying to get social media clout because their party is falling apart. They're trying to stay relevant or become relevant, and they're trying to use ICE as a quick fix, a hack to work their way up. Love this. Members of Congress are not required to provide advance notice for site visits, writes Axios, to ICE detention facilities, but the new policy blocks them from unannounced visits to ICE field offices, which are hubs for immigration enforcement. Yeah, you don't want these idiots, these clowns, to show up and completely disrupt your operations. We've seen how they try to block ambulances. They try to block people from being either brought to or taken out of facilities while they're there. You can't just have these idiots because, well, I'm a congressman, show up and disrupt everything. No one, as they like to say, is above the law. Congressional office staffers are required to provide 24 hours notice to enter ICE detention facilities. Now, what we're watching, Axios writes, ICE retains the sole and unreviewable discretion to deny or request or otherwise cancel, reschedule, or terminate a tour visit, the policy says. It includes stipulations about emergencies, safety, operational concerns, failure to comply with facility personnel, or if ICE officials deem it official. Representative G. Thompson, another Democrat, in a Wednesday statement said the policy is an affront to the Constitution and federal law, meaning we won't be able to disrupt at will. We can't be a-holes now. It'll be harder to do it. Zooming in, Axios writes, ICE also limits lawmaker interactions with detainee requirements, advance notice of who they'd like to speak with. For meetings with non-specific detainees, lawmakers must provide 48 hours of notice for signups. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so ICE is saying we have had enough of your shit. We are not going to tolerate these constant disruptions, which is dangerous for our people, the escalation of potential violence by these radical lunatic leftists and their followers from their voter base. And they're going to put a stop to it. 72 hours notice means that they can work everything around this to make sure that everything runs smooth, that these idiots can't disrupt operations. Wonderful news. About damn time.